Last week, I built my first hanging algae bag. And this week, I'm building 10 more. Let's go. Hey, I'm Leon, and I'm once again experimenting with microalgae. You might have noticed when you clicked on this video that I am in a new location today. Or a very old location. If you remember, some of my first videos were filmed here in my bedroom. And today, I'm back here because I need to build a hanging bag line up against my window. If you remember from last week's video, I built my first hanging algae bag. Basically a big bag full of algae that gives them everything they need to grow, light, air, and nutrients. And I set that up inside my cultivation chamber in my basement. But that cultivation chamber is unfortunately too small for more than one hanging bag. So I needed a bigger area and an area with more light. So I started thinking, what is the best place with the most light? What gives us the most light every single day? Well, it's the sun, which is not behind me because it's nighttime. But normally, the sun shines through this window and will provide the hanging bags more than enough light they need for the algae to grow. So I started thinking, what if I could set up a big hanging bag line all in front of my bedroom window? And well, that's what we're doing this week. Now, I've already started getting this set up a little bit. You see that rope behind me up there? That's the basis of what I'm going to be building for this hanging bag line. And the basic idea that I was thinking of was get a rope to run across my window, and then get a hanger like this that I could attach the hanging bags to, and then hang it on the rope like so. So as you can see, I've mounted the two ends of the rope, one with this binder clip on this side. If I go all the way back across, the other one is attached to my bookshelf over here. So that spans the whole length of the window, and it should have enough space for all my hanging bags. So I tested that out. I put two hanging bags on one of those hangers, and it seems very possible to just hang it over here. But the big problem here, like it was before when I was building my first hanging bag, is aeration. Specifically, I only have 3 air bubblers. Air bubblers being the things that I was using to push air inside these hanging bags. And 3 air bubblers is not typically enough for what's going to be 10 to 20 whole hanging bags. So I did some digging in some of the supplies I had in my basement, and I found some air splitters that I can use to basically break the single airline into 2 separate airlines for 2 separate hanging bags, and found out that the bubblers actually have not 1 airline but 2, which means that I can supply, at least for now, 12 hanging bags, which is enough for my starting cultivation, which is going to be just 10 hanging bags. But to do that, I need to now link up all 12 of those hanging bags with all my air bubblers. So let's get working on that. So what I got here is a 3-way connector, so I can plug the air tube into the bottom end, and then bring these other 2 into 2 separate hanging bags. So I'll show you how that works. So I've got 2 hanging bags here. Gonna plug one end here, one end into this side, and lastly, my air bubbler into the bottom. And just like that, I've now connected 2 hanging bags to the same air bubbler. Now I just need to do that for all of them. Alright, so I finished adding air bubblers to all these hanging bags over here. There's 10 in total, and I've took the liberty of adding all the hangers to them as well, so they're all ready to be hung on our line. It's hanging time. And there we go. Everything is all set up. The bubblers are on the windowsill. All the hanging bags are hanging across the rope. And it's looking pretty good so far. Now I will say it's not the most structurally sound thing I've built. That rope hanging up there might be having a bit of a tough time. But that one's holding pretty well. So all things considered, I'd say this is about 90% there. Just a few improvements to make this perfect. Now unfortunately, I can't fill these with algae quite yet, because I'm going on vacation soon, and I don't want to leave these unattended for their first run. But in 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be back from vacation, and I'm going to be running these hanging bags for the very first time. And worry not, there will be a vlog up while I'm on vacation. It's about how I'm actually preparing to inoculate these as soon as I get back. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow on LinkedIn, and as always, I will see you in the next one.